Hi, my name is Alfred. I'm an Xactimate certified trainer, and I want to answer the question, what's the best way to learn Xactimate? Well, I've been teaching for just under 8 years now, and in that time, I've been concentrating on reading my students to come up with a better way to build on that retention that Xactimate built into the teaching method here. They have us teach a 3-day level 1 and level 2 class, and they did it in such a way so that it would increase your retention, because it's a very big program. It's hard to remember everything. But I wanted to go beyond that, and I've studied my students over the last 7 years. I never concentrated on myself. I always concentrated on the students to find better ways of teaching. I'd make adjustments here and there because I wanted everybody to excel at this program. Everybody learns at a different rate. You can have 3 different people sitting right next to each other, and they'll pick this up at a different rate, even though you explain it exactly the same way. I noticed that young people, they do much better because, let's face it, they were born with a computer in the hand. They have an unfair advantage, so they typically will do better. Older people like me, they struggle with a little bit more. But I wanted everyone, regardless of their abilities, their age, I wanted everyone to really get as much out of my class as possible. I know that's a big goal for everyone to get this program, to understand it. And so how do you retain all that information? Because when you sit in that 3-day class, you get a lot of information thrown at you. We start out with, we concentrate a lot on sketching because that's the hardest part of learning Xactimate, and sketching is learned through repetition, so we want to do that as much as possible in the 3 days. In between that, you get a lot of information thrown at you, and I mean a lot. And so how do you retain all that information in that 3 days? The truth is, honestly, you can't. Unless you're, I don't know if you ever watch Young Sheldon or Big Bang, unless you're Young Sheldon and can retain everything that's thrown at you, I don't believe it's possible for anybody to get everything out of that 3-day class that's given to them. So I started to notice during my classes that people also started to burn out on about halfway into day 3. I mean, there's only so much information your brain will take. At some point, your brain just says, hey, the hard drive is full. I can't take any more. So, because it is an awful lot of information, and we as certified trainers, we deal with that all the time. If I give you too much information, you burn out too quick. If I give you too little, then you don't burn out as quickly, but you miss out on some information. So again, I wanted everybody to get as much out of my class as possible. So at some point, I started to do videos of the 3rd day, or at least the last half of the 3rd day, to sort of supplement my class. I offered the students, there's a hidden page on my website. You can go and watch any of the videos of the second part of the last day in case you weren't able to get it at that time. And eventually, I kept adding more and more videos, and I did the entire class. I got to do the entire class. Because even if you get the information for that moment, it might be lost in the next moment. You might understand the class perfectly, but then the next day you can't remember how to do something. And most of the classes, if not all of the classes, after your 3 days, you're done. Most of the teachers, with Verisk, I'm not sure you even have the instructor's phone number after that class. They have you send questions to an email. So I wanted to offer as much support as possible. So I eventually, like I said, did the entire class and offered it to my students for a period of time after class. And if they wanted to extend that time, they could purchase more time. I don't charge very much. I did it super cheap because I wanted them to have access to this information. I wanted them to get good. And I kept adding videos. People would call me up and say, hey, how do you sketch this? Or how do you do that? And I would do a video of it and add it to the level 2. And it got to the point where I actually had a lot more information on the videos than I did of the class. So at that point, the self-paced training, which is what I call a video series, it became better than the 3-day class because I couldn't cram all that in the 3-day class. I then started offering that for those that maybe couldn't sit in a 3-day class, they couldn't take off from work, or maybe they didn't want to be in a classroom setting. You don't think about this, but a lot of times when you go in a classroom setting, you put a lot of pressure on yourself that you normally don't put on yourself. Is the rest of the class getting this and maybe you're not? Is the question, you have a stupid question and you're scared to ask it because you don't want to look dumb in front of the class. I just miss that. I'll ask the question, but I don't want to bother the teacher too many times and ask too many questions. Those are the sort of the pressures you put on yourself in class that you don't have with my self-paced training. And the videos are just like the class, except with more information because I wasn't concerned with the time constraints of the 3 days. I just pretended like there was a class in front of me and I recorded. I also recorded by content for easy reference. So for example, the first day, which is level 1, there's probably about 20-25 videos in there. And so, like, for example, the first thing we do is we go over the main screen. I go over every last little bit of what's on the screen, like all the buttons, what they do. And then the next class is how to set up your preferences. And then the next class is how to open up a program. So instead of having one long 8-hour video for you to scroll through to try to find something, you can just go to that video. So for example, if you can't remember how we did the stairs, you just go to the stair video. So it made it really good for easy reference. Now you're going to go through them in order because they are in the order of the class, and it's in the order that Xactimate wants you to learn it, and it's got the high retention rate there. But then after class, you can go back and see any part of the class without having to scroll through these long videos. So the answer to the question, what's the best way to learn Xactimate? I think it's my self-paced training. Why? Well, for one, you'll have access to that class over and over and over again for 1 year. Imagine paying for the 3-day class every 3 days. You'd go broke. But here, you're getting that 3-day class for as many times as you want over that year. You get a better understanding because you can pause, rewind, fast forward. You don't have those pressures of the live class. You're learning at your own pace. You get more information. We go into deeper dives in many of the functions of this program. There's a bunch of downloadable documents to help you gather information. You got easy reference because of how the class is structured for your video selection. You also get practice exercises to practice what you just learned to improve those basic skills that are the basis of this entire program. That's something that we don't have the time to do in a class. So when you finish a video, I've included a PDF of some exercises that will practice what you did in that video, so that you improve on that class instead of waiting till the end of the class and then trying to remember how to do something. It's really a very, very good system for learning. You have those practice exercises to improve those basic skills. And very important, it's incredibly affordable. Like I said, you have the access to this class as many times as you want, and it's less than the live class. So why don't we take a quick look and see how this works so you can get a better understanding of why this is so good. So here we are on my homepage on my website. Wow, man, look at that. I took that video about 7 years ago. I got a lot less gray hair there. I guess that's what happens in 7 years. Anyway, when you get to my website, right up here, you can see right there, there's a little place where you can log in, and you're just going to log in, and you will have registered with your email address and a password so that you can get in. And you're going to have access to 2 pages when you take the 3-day class, the fundamentals and proficiency. Fundamentals is level 1. You're just going to click right there, and that's going to take you to a page that only members can access. And here's a little video up here on how to use this page. It shows you how to use the page, how to scroll down where the videos are. And notice it says right here, to get the most out of this training, it's recommended that you have a second monitor and also a good set of speakers. I listened to one of my videos the other day on the speakers on my laptop, and I hated it. I usually have these nice big speakers, and it just makes learning so much easier. So try to get a second monitor so that you're not flipping back and forth between screens, and a good set of speakers, and it will go beautifully. So as you go down here, you'll see here are all the videos for this level 1. And you'll notice these are what they call anchor links. So if I click on the anchor link, it'll take me to that video. The videos are down below. As a matter of fact, I'll scroll back up. So there's what you were looking at. And here's the videos. So just like in class, this is what I was explaining earlier. The very first video, we got 23 minutes. We're going to navigate through the main page. So all you have to do is click on the video, and that's going to start.
My name is Alfred Ray.
I'm going to pause it for a second. And then you're just going to click right here, and that's going to make it full screen. I want to escape because we don't need to see that. And then, so you're going to watch that video, and then we're going to go through setting up our preferences. That's the second thing we do in class. Then we create a project. Then we go over to the 3 claim info tabs. We go over them one by one, explaining what each and every one of those. So you can see we're going through pretty in-depth through here. So we go through the 3 claim info tabs, and then we go to the sketch tab. And right here, we start to learn how to sketch. We learn all the things that are on that sketch, on that page. And then we start by creating a room. Now here's where I think this gets pretty neat. There's a note here to help you improve that and accelerate your skills. We've included exercises at the bottom of this page that will help you practice what you learned. So when you finish this number 8 video, you're going to go down to the bottom and you're going to download homework exercises 8A. You'll notice if I scroll down right here, downloadable exercises, you're going to download this 8A. Where is it? Let me make sure. Oh, maybe I passed it. There we go, 8A right there. And those are exercises to practice what you just learned in that video right there. something that we don't have time to do in the 3-day class because we've got time constraints. So here you practice, you download that PDF and you practice sketching what we did right here. And then when you finish 9, you go to 9A. When you finish 10, you go to 10A. I don't believe there's one for 11, but then there's one for 12. So every time you finish a video, there's practice exercises that you can do. So you're getting better as you go along instead of waiting till the 3rd day and maybe you've forgotten some of this. So I created these exercises to get you better as you go along because practice is the secret here. If you don't practice, you will not get good. Then as you scroll down, you go through the entire class, and then down here, there's extra videos above and beyond the classes. Like, for example, normally the class ends right here at video number 16. But we've got here, 17. Then we go back to our preferences, because now we can go back and explain some of those things that maybe we just glossed over in the beginning. Entering roof line items. Test prep. One of the big parts of my class is getting you ready for that level 1 and level 2 test. Tips to passing the certification test. These are all things that we don't have time to go over in class. Updates, if there's any updates to Xactimate, I'll do a video. Situational videos, again, above and beyond the class. Handy shortcuts, combining and separating rooms, multiple rooms. Then here you have downloadable documents. Here we go. You can download all these things and keep them. Some homeworks. There's 3 homeworks that we give you in addition to the exercises. And here's some more practice exercises that are from the workbook. And if you struggle with them, here we've got 3 videos of 3 of the homeworks so that you can, if you can't figure out how to do it, there it is right there. So this Richardson here, we do it 2 different ways. We start on both ends so you can see different ways of doing it. And then when you're done with that, you can go up here to My Account, click on Proficiency, which is going to be the level 2. And that's going to take you to the level 2 videos right there. And there's the videos and more situational videos, how to draw, how to sketch certain things, how to do above and beyond sketch also. So you can see there's a lot of good information that you can download, a lot of practice exercises. And again, a lot of the exercises from the book. And then when you're done, you just log out, go to My Account again, log out. And that takes you back to the main page. So let me ask and answer that question again. What's the best way to learn Xactimate? My self-paced training videos. Why? Because you have access to the classes over and over again for a year. You're going to get a better understanding because you can stop, pause, rewind, do whatever you want as many times as you want. You don't have those pressures of a live class. You get more information because we're able to dive deeper into subjects. You get all these downloadable documents. You have easy reference because of how the video selections, you can select the video you want when you're reviewing it. You get practice exercises along the way to make you better along the way instead of taking a shot of there at the end. And again, it's incredibly affordable. You can't get anything like this anywhere else. I know I've looked. So other classes, you're going to get a 3-day class, and after that, you're basically done. They're done with you. So here you've got continued support. I not only teach you how to use this program, but what you need to get really good at it. I've given you everything you need to get good and then some. Now, if you're one of those people that just feels like you have to take a live class and that's the only way you can learn, get over it. No, I'm just kidding. You can still take the virtual class and you'll get access to these videos for 30 days after that. But if you buy the self-paced training, you get it for a year. So if you want the best of both worlds, you can sign up for the virtual class. You get them for 30 days. And if you want it for more, you can purchase that. Anyway, make sure before you leave, check out my testimonial page. And there you'll see the quality of training that I give. And also there's a sample video. If you want to see how these videos go, there's a sample video. The link is right there that you can go to that link. Info on self-paced training. There you go. There it is right there. You can see a sample of one of those videos, and that way you can check it out. So if you want to get really, really good at Xactimate, not just learn it, but get really, really good, go for the self-paced training videos. Because honestly, if you go through this program and you're not good, you're just not trying. Because you have everything you need here for a ridiculously long period of time. You can get really excellent at this program and go out there and crush it. So hopefully we'll see you in class. Hopefully this video helped you decide, and we'll see you at the first video.